Hey everyone, thank you for coming back to my channel. I wasn't planning on making this tutorial, but in my 2024 summer I showed you guys this apple core keychain that I made and you guys asked for a tutorial, so here it is. If you don't know me, hi, my name is Lala. I would really appreciate it if you could subscribe to my channel and like this video so I can continue grow my channel and upload a new crochet tutorial every week. Grab your yarn and let's get started. We're going to start by working a magic ring with our apple peel color. If you're not sure of how to make a magic ring, I'll link a tutorial, very slow and very detailed, now on screen. Or of course you can use any other magic ring equivalent that you like to use. I'm going to start by working 8 single crochets into the magic ring. Insert your hook into the ring, yarn over, into the ring. Now you have 2 loops on your hook, yarn over and grab the yarn into both of them. And this is our first single crochet right here. I recommend using a stitch marker if you're a beginner or just if you don't want to get confused, because we're going to slip stitch into that single crochet later. Let's work another single crochet into the ring, yarn over, into the ring. When you have 2 loops on your hook, yarn over into both of them. And this is single crochet number 2. Let's work 6 more. 3, 4, 5, and 6. And 7 and 8. Now when we have 8 single crochets inside the ring, you can take out the stitch marker, remember where it was, and slip stitch your hook into the first single crochet of the round. So it will look like this. Yarn over into the single crochet. When you have 2 loops on your hook like this, you will grab, using the hook's head, the left one into the right one. And this is a slip stitch. If you have a hole, you can just pull the magic ring strand so it will close very gently. We don't want our work to tear apart. And to finally close round 1, we will chain 1. So yarn over and into the loop. We're going to start round 2 by working 2 single crochets into the first single crochet, the same one we just slip stitched into. So make sure you're going into the first one and not the second one after it. Insert your hook, yarn over, into the loop, yarn over into the 2 loops, and this is our first single crochet of the round. Again, you can use a stitch marker to mark the first stitch. And into that same stitch, we're going to work another single crochet. And this is called an increase. We're going to work an increase in each of the next stitches of round 1. 1 single crochet, and into that same stitch, another single crochet. And when you have 16 single crochets around, in round 2, insert your hook into the first single crochet of the round, yarn over, into the loop, and into the right loop. Chain 1 to join the round. Next, for round 3, we're simply going to single crochet around, put 1 single crochet in each of the 16 stitches. When you got to the end of round 3, do not close it as usual. We're going to insert our hook into the first single crochet of the round, but do not finish the slip stitch as we did before. Keep those loops close to each other and this very tight. Put your work down for a second. Grab your apple core yarn, the eggshell white, the off-white one. Place it on the hook like this. Hold on to your work and pull it into the 2 loops to finish the slip stitch. Now the active yarn is the white apple core yarn. And to join the round, chain 1. Next we're going to work 2 single crochets, 1 and 2. We're going to start the 3rd one, but do not finish it because we're going to change color in the middle of it. When you have 2 loops on your hook, drop the white yarn and change it back to the apple peel color. Whether it's red or green or yellow, whatever you chose. Next we're going to insert our hook into the next stitch, yarn over into the loop, and again change color back to the apple core white. When you have 2 loops on your hook, yarn over into the 2 loops. And this will give us the effect of the bite. Let's repeat that one more time. 2 regular full single crochets in white, and then undone single crochet in white, drop the white yarn and change it to green. One undone single crochet in green and change it back to white. 2 full single crochets in white, 1 undone single crochet in white, drop the white yarn, take back the green one, and finish with the green yarn. 1 undone green single crochet. When you have 2 loops on your hook, drop the yarn, take into your hand the white yarn, yarn over with the white yarn into the 2 green loops, and one last time 2 white full single crochets, 1 undone white single crochet. When you have 2 loops on your hook, drop the yarn, take back into your hand the green yarn, and finish the undone single crochet into the loop with the green yarn, yarn over, drop the green yarn, take back the white yarn, yarn over into the last green single crochet, and slip stitch into the first single crochet of the round, and chain 1 to close. And now you can see that it forms the bites effect on the apple. Now you can grab your scissors and cut off the green yarn, doesn't matter where, just so we will get it out of the way. All of the other yarns we can just put inside so it won't bother us. For round 5, we're going to start by working 2 single crochets, 1, 2, and an invisible decrease in the next 2 stitches. How do we work an invisible decrease? You're going to insert your hook into the next 2 front loops of the stitches, yarn over into both of them, and when you have 2 loops on your hook, yarn over into the remaining loops. Let's do that one more time. 2 single crochets, 1 and 2, and an invisible decrease. Front loop, yarn over into the front loops, yarn over into the remaining loops. And you're going to repeat this pattern until the end of the round. One last time. At the end of this round, we're supposed to have 12 stitches at the end of the round. If you don't have 12 stitches by the end of this round, go back and check for any mistakes, that you didn't miss any stitch. And if you have 12 stitches, you can just slip stitch into the first single crochet of the round, yarn over, and work a slip stitch. Chain 1 to join the round. For round 6, we're going to work a round of decreases. So insert your hook into the first 2 front loops like this, yarn over into the first 2 loops, and yarn over into the remaining loops. Again, I recommend using a stitch marker here, even though I forgot in the past few rounds, but you should do it. Do as I say and not as I do. And work an invisible decrease in each of the next remaining stitches. So by the end of this round, we will have 6 stitches. When you're done, take out the stitch marker and slip stitch into the first single crochet of the round, the first invisible decrease to be exact, slip stitch and chain 1. Now is the time to pull up a loop and secure it with a stitch marker, because we need to fill the bottom of the apple a bit. You can either use some stuffing material or scrap yarn. I'm going to use some stuffing material. Take out the stitch marker, insert the hook, and next we're going to work 4 rounds of simply single crochet in a round. 6 single crochets in each round for 4 rounds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Don't forget to slip stitch into the first single crochet of each round and chain 1 at the end of the round. Let's repeat that for 3 more rounds, and I'll see you back again at the end of round 10. This is what our apple will look like when we've completed 10 rounds. And next, for round 11, we're going to work by increasing a round. So simply put 2 single crochets in each of the previous 6 stitches of round 10. Again, you can use a stitch marker to mark the first stitch if you want to. It's not a must, but it helps. Move to the next stitch and work an increase. At the end of this round, you should have 12 stitches. Take out the stitch marker, insert your hook into the first single crochet of the round, yarn over to work a slip stitch, and chain 1 to join the round. Next, pull up a loop, secure the last loop with a stitch marker, because we're going to work the apple seeds here. You're going to grab a piece of black yarn, and insert it into a darning needle. Insert your hook into that hole here and insert the needle at the bottom of round 7, between round 6 and 7. And take it out 2 rounds above. take one stitch away and pull the needle from here. Then insert back the hook into the bottom of round 7. Now let's do the same on the other side. Bottom of round 7. Two rounds to the top. And pull the needle out from the top of the apple core. Then we can tie the two ends to each other just to be extra secure that our black lines won't come out. No need to tie it too tight. I always like to double tie, just a simple bow tie lace, just a simple shoelace tie, and simply push it back inside so it will fill up our apple a little bit, and then we can just tuck it in. I like to use the butt of the needle for this. You can use any way you like. Next, we're going to do the apple bites round again. So keep your green or red or any other color of the peel close to you. Take out that stitch marker, grab back the hook. I'm going to start round 12 by working 2 single crochets. 1 and 2. And then work an increase in the next stitch. 1 single crochet, and into that same stitch we're going to work another single crochet. Let's repeat that until the end of the round. Then we'll have 16 single crochets in a round. Let's close the round with a slip stitch into the first single crochet of the round and chain 1. In round 13 we're going to work the apple bites round again, so keep your other color close, the first color we used for the apple peel color. Whoop. Start by working 2 single crochets, 1 and 2. Start another single crochet but do not finish it. When you have 2 loops on your hook, drop the white yarn, take the green yarn or the red one into your hand, into the 2 loops, and now the green yarn is your working yarn. So work an undone green single crochet. When you have 2 loops on your hook, drop the green yarn and replace it with the white yarn. And finish the single crochet. Let's do that again. 2 full single crochets in white, 1 undone white single crochet, switch the yarns, work 1 undone green single crochet, switch yarns, and do another 2 full single crochets, 1 undone white single crochet, switch the yarns, 1 undone green single crochet, switch the yarns, and one last time, 2 white single crochets, 1 undone white single crochet, switch the yarns, and one last green single crochet, and switch the yarns one last time. Join the round with the slip stitch and chain 1, pull up a loop, and now you can just cut off the white yarn. Place back the hook, pull it and tighten it up. Mark the first single crochet of the round with a stitch marker, because now we're going to attach the green yarn here. Next, we're going to insert our hook into the first single crochet of the round. Grab to our hand the green yarn or the red one, the peel of the apple yarn, yarn over into the loop, and chain 1, and start working a round of single crocheting around with the green yarn only. Of course, you can mark the first single crochet and single crochet around until the end of the round. When you're done, take out the stitch marker, insert your hook into the first single crochet of the round, slip stitch and chain 1. And for our last round, we're going to work a round of decreasing. So insert your hook into the next 2 front loops, yarn over, and yarn over into the remaining loops. You continue to do so until you reach the end of the round, where you have 8 stitches. Slip stitch into the first single crochet of the round and chain 1. Pull up a loop and secure the last loop. Next, fill up the rest of the apple with some stuffing material or scrape yarn. Next, we're going to cut off the yarn, leave a long tail for sewing. Pull the stitch marker, tighten the last loop up, and simply sew this gap up with a darning needle. When you're done, simply weave in the tail, and if you have any tail left, just cut it off. To start the leaf, we're going to work a slip knot with the dark green color. I'll link a video showing how to do it in 3 different ways, so you can pick your favorite. And we're going to chain 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Starting from the second chain from the hook, not this one but this one, we're going to work a slip stitch, 1, move over to the next chain and work a single crochet, that's 2, move over to the next stitch and work a half double crochet, so yarn over into the chain, yarn over into the chain. When you have 3 loops on your hook, you're going to yarn over into the 3 of them, and into the last chain we're going to work a single crochet. After we've done all of the chains in one side, we're going to chain 1 and start working on this side of the chain. See here we have the 4 chains. I'm going to first single crochet, then a half double crochet, a single crochet, and lastly 1 slip stitch. To fasten off, we're going to chain 1, cut off the yarn, pull up the loop and tighten it up. Grab your apple and your darning needle, take the shorter tail of the leaf, insert it into that darning needle and into the center of the top of the apple, like this. Next, take the second tail of the apple, the longer one, and you're going to insert it through the leaf, like this, and also through the apple. Not too tight so it won't ruin this leafy shape. And now tie the 2 tails together. Weave in the tails through the apple body. This is one, and the second one, probably going to take less work because it's shorter. And lastly, cut off the tails. And here we have our apple. What's left for us to do is just attach the keychain. And we have our apple core keychain. Thank you so much for joining me for this tutorial. Don't forget to subscribe if you find this tutorial helpful. I'd really appreciate it.